This game has more than just adrenaline pumping action. It also hides some strange, funny and forgotten secrets. In this video we are going to dive deeper into some of the most interesting Easter eggs hidden in a legendary genre-defying game, Unreal Tournament 2004. First up, we have an Easter egg on the Redeemer rocket. As you can see, there is "Swallow This" written on its side. And this could be a nod to the movie Evil Dead 2, where the protagonist does a cheesy one-liner, which is followed up by a comically large explosion, just like the Redeemer rocket itself. Next up, we have a small Easter egg on the grenade of the Flak Cannon. So the last thing you see when you get a grenade in the face is a smiley. Contrary to the Redeemer Easter egg, I couldn't find anything this is referencing to. Likely it's just a little signature that the artist itself made. But I think the Flak Cannon grenade looks pretty cool anyways. Next up on the map jail, when you drop down into the pit, we have a easy to see but pretty easy to miss Easter egg at the bottom. And you can see this guy just standing there and enjoying the gore. If we use the ghost mode, we can also see a skeleton just T-posing there, but we can't get any closer because we will hit the map kill border. So if you want to get a closer look, you need to go into the spectator mode and fly down the pit. And as you can see, this is a way we can inspect him a little closer. As you can see, he has Gorgeous George written on his shirt. And this is obviously a reference to the player model or the character George itself. And if we start a new single player campaign and just ignore the names I used on my previous playthroughs, we can also see George in one part of the intro cinematic. But if you want to see the lore behind this Easter egg, we can start the corresponding movie in the menu. And this movie is pretty cool in itself, and I remember it from my childhood, but it for some reason resetted my audio settings and it just irritated me, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of that. And I already turned the volume down. In this movie you can see Malcolm, the undisputed tournament champion for 10 years. And you can see George, the leader of the Juggernauts. He's a genetically enhanced and hyper-aggressive person. And yeah, in the UT 2003 timeline, George defeats Malcolm and becomes the new champion. And when you dive deeper into the lore, you will find out that George was raised and born in a penal colony, so he basically was already aggressive before joining the tournament. And if we get back to the Easter egg, we can see the fan cheering at George, and George in his aggressive manner just slams him brutally back into the crowd. So, as it turns out, Gael is not the only map where we can see this guy. The second map where we can see the fan is on the map ONS-Tricky. The easiest way to spot him is when you reach the tower in the middle of the map. And here you can find him alone, sitting on the stage, watching the battle. If we fly over to him, we can look at his perspective. And I think it would be very funny to watch a real-life battle in this kind of scenario. We can also simply sit beside him and watch the chaos of the match. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'd say on to the next Easter egg. So the next map I only have good memories about. It's on AS-RobotFactory, and you basically have to fight your way through the facility and destroy the AI core at the end. If you want to do this yourself, I'd recommend you start on the blue side because the turrets will keep firing at you relentlessly. So when you are on the blue side, you want to get the lightning gun when jumping out of spawn. and you want to head straight to the edge of the map. And very far out you can see a small U-boat heading to your location, and it would take about 10 minutes for it to get closer to you. So I tried out closing the distance by using ghost mode, and this was also the moment where I was a little stunned by the map and by its scale. I never looked at it in this perspective. In the lore, this is a futuristic mining settlement, and I think it's beautiful. And then I got so carried away that I hit the map kill trigger. I found out this doesn't matter anyways, because the U-boat is actually located in the skybox of the map. So I went back to the ledge and looked at it with a lightning gun, and you can see a small apple waving at you. And then I just accidentally dropped my lightning gun. But for the video I wanted to get a closer look anyways, so I searched for the skybox and found it here. And if we fly close enough, we can see our mining colony here. And we can also find our small U-boat. And here you can see our apple just a little bit more clearly. The next Easter egg can be found on the map DM-Asbestos. If you go into the room with the lightning gun, you can find a corner where 4 adrenaline pickups are located. And in that exact corner, you will need to shoot the roof. If you do that, you'll see the text ONS appear in the bottom left corner of the screen. And then you need to rush back into the room with the shock rifle. And there you will find a picture of Cliff Blazensky, or most commonly known as CliffyB. And he was a lead designer for Unreal Tournament. And yeah, the text Miss Me is a reference to him not being involved with the Unreal Tournament 2004 development anymore, as he moved on to the development of Gears of War. And if we come back to the name CliffyB, we can use it as a name for our player. You will see that instead of the normal names for the bots, it will be replaced with names of Epic Games developers. Since we are already involved with the developer Easter eggs, the next Easter egg is located on the map FrostBite. And for this Easter egg to be achieved, it's best for you to pick the raptor. And you basically need to hit 25 different trees that will lose snow when you bump into them. So you know you're doing it right. And it's best for you to not die while doing it, like me. So I recommend you will use the God mode so you don't take damage when hitting the trees. And when you have been hitting trees enough, you will see a small text in the bottom left corner appear that says secret activated. From there on out, you will need to go to the middle base, and there you will see a wall that is sliding down and opening itself for you. If you jump down, you will be met by a maze, and you will take constant tick damage, but I don't take damage because I activated God mode. And at the end, you will have to do a jump, which I definitely got right in my first try. And yeah, if you made the jump, you will be met by a picture of the game developers. From here on out, you can shoot them, and there will appear a text with their names. Some of the people are interactive, like when you shoot Phil, he will puke at you. If you shoot at Ben, there will appear a God Ray and a halo above his head. And on Peter there will appear smoke, maybe he was smoking a lot. And I think that was the same smoke effect that is used on the sniper rifle. And if you shoot Rogelio, you will see his eyes glowing.
5-minute war.
And this is basically all of it. Those are the only ones that are interactive. For the next Easter egg, you will need to go on DM-Albatross and you will need to look at the water. And under the right lighting and the right graphics conditions, you will see a text written there. It says 1337 NES. And as far as I understood, it's kind of an old gamer slang and it stands for elite or like eliteness. And I feel so young for not even knowing that this exists. The next Easter egg is located on the map CTF-Citadel. And here you can use a console command to spawn yourself a Redeemer. And if you look up, you will see a bright spot in the sky and you just need to shoot it. And if you do that, you can see that these flying orbs are changing their texture. The first texture is like metallic or chrome. And the second texture is something more of like resembling maybe a PCB or something robotic. And yeah, if you do that the third time, you can see that the texture changes back to normal. The next Easter egg is located on the map ONS-Adara. To see this Easter egg, you need to go over to the blue base without dying. And there you need to go into the cave that is just in front of the blue base. And here you can find a little secret that has been left behind by the creator of the map. As far as I know, this is nothing very special, and it's merely something that has been left behind, which is pretty cool in itself. The next Easter eggs are the ones I found on beyondunreal.com. About 20 years ago, people posted a lot of Easter eggs you can find within the game. So thanks to them, I would have never found those. So thank you guys for posting these. And I, of course, found this page when I was half done with the video. Regarding the hidden things on models, we can also find many media player buttons on various weapons. Like here on the lightning gun, it looks like a Walkman or something. And here on the bio rifle, you can see there are pause and play buttons like you would find them on a huge ass ghetto blaster. When you look at the Flak Cannon, there is a similar media player button on the grip of the gun. The minigun doesn't have anything, it just has a button on top that says system ready. And on the rocket launcher you can see a text that says if you touch this you have a problem. And above the grip you will also find a media player button. The last weapon I could find where this is the case was the Redeemer, where also a media player button is at the top of the grip. While I was looking at these models, I remembered how iconic these looked. I always thought the shock rifle model just looked so juicy. Another example would be the sniper rifle. I think it looks beautiful. And there is also an eject button found here like you would find it on a tape player. And even on George's armor, there is a media player button hidden on his chest. Another interesting image is found on the character model of Syzygy. And here you can find a mark that just says ejector seat, which is kind of odd because why would there be an ejector seat on his head? And I don't think this is a reference to the movie Too Fast, Too Furious. Ejector seat on, cuz! It worked! I love this button! But Syzygy is not the only model where you can find a secret. Inside the player model of Jared, you can find a smiley hidden in his left leg. For the next Easter egg, you will need to do a full playthrough with the character Mr. Crow. where, by the way, every character in Unreal Tournament 2003 had an announcer, and Mr. Crow is the only one remaining. And when I'm being dead serious with you, I didn't want to do a full playthrough for this video, so you can also unlock this by adding a line in the system file. So this last line is the one thing that you need to add, and then you can find the car inside of the mutator tab. So if you've done everything I said, you can find the toilet car inside of the game. And there is a bunch of stuff hidden on the model of this car. And once again, if we use the ghost mode, we can inspect a little closer. And here you can see a magazine saying humongous asses. And also there is a Unreal World magazine behind it. On the top of the car, it says baby in tank, which is a straight up lie because there is no baby. And on the back of the car, it says, how is my driving?
Blue power node. Red power node under construction.
And when you get off the car, it makes a toilet sound. Other than that, the car is pretty useless. It can't do anything special other than being a joke, and it's just funny seeing the bots driving around with a bunch of toilet cars. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. I had a lot of fun researching all these secrets, collecting them and showing them to you guys in this video. And after finishing this video, I saw that every one of these secrets are on the Unreal Tournament wiki. And of course, I will put a link down into the description. There are quite some things that I didn't show in this video that are very small, but still kind of interesting. This is the first time for me making a video like this, so I hope it's up to your standards and you still enjoyed it. UT 2004 means a lot to me, and I wanted to show some love for a game that I have so many great memories with. So thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed and have a great day.